Hey Eugene, thank you for sending in your video. I really like to see both of you doing some rolling drives down the side wall, and good to be able to analyze this. There's going to be a few things I'm going to pick out, and I might just come back to this a bit by bit because there's something that I want to talk about at the start. But as always, anyone that's watching, please do click the link in the description below if you want your free personalized swing audit. It's there for you. Just click the link and you'll have some instructions. And equally, please do share and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. I'm keen to give you guys and girls a lot more good squash content. Okay, so let's dive in. First thing, and again, maybe it's just a one-off, but just notice what you're doing here, the way you're looking. You're going in and the ball is over there, but your eyes are looking here. I know you're probably looking towards the tee area, but very soon you want to be able to not have to do that. You then never really look and you're trying to time your split step based on what you think is going to happen. And yeah, that's definitely a key weakness. I'm going to look if there's other ones, but definitely not looking because the attachment to your split step needs to be aligned exactly with when your opponent is hitting. You actually do it really well. Like you guess it really well, which is great. So a couple of things as you're going into the backhand, definitely closing that racket a little bit too early. That racket's looking down at the floor, down at that side wall almost, and those knuckles seem too turned. You definitely want to open those knuckles up a little bit more. And then look, as you're hitting there, look at the direction your racket's looking. I talk about the mirror face. So the side you're going to hit is going to be this side, right? And your mirror face is looking completely in the wrong direction. If I'm being really honest, what you need to do is you need to open that up a little bit more, turn it more front on. Again, I've got some videos showing this. So if you want to find a few of those, that'll be great. And yeah, there's just a little bit too much that racket has to do in that position. So there's quite a few things I'm going to go here. So I'm not going to stop on anything in particular. You did well to dig that out, by the way. Really got down some good things I want to compliment. Look at that engagement there. Look at the reach of the arm, the racket head just below the wrist. All really good positives in regard to what you're doing there. Really good stuff. Interesting follow through there. You have to pull it across a little bit. I'm not sure why you weren't able to either straighten that or just have a more reduced follow through. I might find that in some time. Again, look at your head and eyes. Yeah, definitely look at the tee, not any looking at your opponent. Big thing there. So I'm glad I've seen that twice. And yeah, you just literally don't know when to go or the trajectory of the ball. It's a little bit of a guessing game. And yeah, racket position, you've gone there. I think I've said this to you before in one of our lessons. If you just look at your arm there, it's definitely this side of your body, like towards your right side. That elbow needs to be tucked in a lot more. It needs to be closer to your left hip and your left part of your rib cage as early as possible. Because as you're going in there, you have to like just throw the arm, and that's really difficult. Look, it's a good shot and you're under a lot of pressure. So do respect that the shot happens there, but definitely could have your arm across your body a little bit more. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. Let's get into a few more of these. Not too bad. Actually, yeah, quite messy on the finish though. Yeah, pulling that follow through, maybe opening up, looking at where you want the ball to go rather than keeping your head down a bit more on the shot and releasing that swing. And yeah, that tends to pull it out quite a bit. So let's go forward a little bit more. Okay, let's have a look how you're going in there. So yeah, definitely a bit too close there. Not as bad. I'm seeing the kind of that blade of the racket look at the camera, and we need that probably another 45 degrees around this way. So at that point, I should see about half of that racket face rather than seeing the complete blade. And from there, obviously too close. I think you can probably see that. You didn't back away quick enough, and that limited your follow through. You're watching better there. Good. Maybe it was just a few one-off ones that you weren't watching. So again, let's try to find a few more, and then we'll get a little bit loose and scrappy from both of you. But hey, listen, I'm glad you're trying this. This is not an easy drill to try, rolling drives up and down the line. Yeah, arm could be a little bit more across your body a bit earlier. Follow through is a little bit limited. And yes, sometimes you do have to lunge backwards, but could you get behind the ball more to avoid you facing backwards and having to try and hook it out, and see how you're having to compensate with your racket pulling across to try and get it straight? Also, looks a little bit too keen to watch that ball. And I think that also has a contributing factor to pulling it out quite a bit. Let's have a look here. Yep, good. You can only dig on that one. Yeah, setup is just a little bit timid, really low, not quite in the right position. Bit of a jump in the racket. Nice. Again, I really do like what you're doing. You've got good position in your hips and your knees and your feet. I really like that. So that's a big positive. Big time coming across the ball, aren't you? Have a look at that. Really slashing across the ball and pulling it out. And you just see what starts to happen there. Again, I know you're not watching. Maybe you're protecting your face and head from that because it's a little bit loose. That's better racket position. You got it up earlier. Let's have a look at this one of these last ones. Yeah, could have got a little bit lower. That's a bit of a tough one. And yeah, definitely think interesting how that racket head's always coming across. So you're having to steer it rather than hitting naturally through the line of the ball. There's too much steering going on. And you can see there's like a twiddle in the elbow and the wrist, and that's contributing to inconsistent shots. Again, I'm going to point that out again. You're looking at the tee, not really looking at your opponent. And yeah, with these few little key things, I think you'll hopefully see some big improvements. Let's have a look what's going on in this last one. Yeah, look at that. Interesting follow through, isn't it? It's looking like you're wanting to see that front wall way too early, right? And that racket is now slashing across that way. Again, not good for consistency. We need to keep the head down, the chest down a bit more. Yes, that arm and racket's going to release and let go, but hopefully it's going to let go in a more upward fashion through the line of the ball to give it more consistency coming down that line again and again. So yeah, I think if you can have a little look at a few of those key things, that'll hopefully help your game a lot, and you'll be able to get a little bit more consistent up and down that backhand and win more points up and down here. But this has been really good. Thank you, Eugene. Really appreciate sending it in. And as I said, if you guys and girls want a free swing audit, click on the link in the description below, show some love for the channel, and let me know also what you would like to see on this channel more often. Keen to build a lot more content for all of you. Okay, take care for now. Speak to you soon. Bye.